Are you annoyed by the PlayStation Portal for some reason? Well, in this video, I got some alternate options for you. You might like them better anyway, so let's go through them. So I have three options here, starting from like the least expensive to the most expensive alternate solution to the PlayStation Portal that I think might work out for you. So first off, least expensive, I don't even remember how much this was. We did a video over it, Jacob R on it. It's the definitely real PlayStation Portal. You could certainly buy this. I don't know if I'd recommend it. We got some better options though. So the number one thing here that I would say is like an actual competitor to the PlayStation Portal is the official PlayStation Backbone controller here. This is a device that connects to your phone. You can see this is like my iPhone. It just hooks right onto it. You can launch the PlayStation Remote Play app, and it basically just functions like a streaming device. It's going to be exactly like the PlayStation Portal. The only thing you miss out on, and this kind of will go into some other aspects we'll need to go over later too, the only thing you miss out on with the actual PlayStation Portal is DualSense functionality, so your adaptive triggers, your your fancy vibration. But if you really don't care about any of that stuff, this I think is a really good solution. It's half as much money, right? So it's only $99. Still a good amount of money for basically a controller. And if you have a phone, you're good to go. So let's just get right into a game. I sort of want to show you what this is like. So this is just Alan Wake 2. And as you can see, we might do some fancy editing magic here to get the screen to be synced up down here with the overhead cam so you can see it in action. There is a bit of input delay, but it's really not that bad. This is the opening of the game, basically, by the way, so don't worry about spoilers. I got you. In terms of input delay, I think this is like really playable depending on what you're trying to do exactly. Like for a slower paced game like this, I think it's phenomenal. Might not be the best thing in the world for the atmosphere or whatever, but I think there's a lot of games where this would be a perfectly fine solution. There definitely are some limitations with it though. I don't really think the device app is very good. Basically when you plug this backbone into your phone, it walks you through this really cumbersome process and you do a bunch of installation crap and account crap. It's just a bunch of nonsense you don't want to deal with. But once you set that up, it's pretty simple. You just plug the device into your phone, you open whatever app you want to open, and there you go. You start playing. It's pretty seamless. So the other thing you can do with this device that you obviously would not be able to do with a PlayStation Portal is stream your games from the cloud to your device. And actually, in this case, I'm using the Xbox Cloud gaming beta thing, the janky thing they use for iPhone. It's like this thing you have to add to your home screen, but it's working. I'm playing the game just fine. It's the input delay is reasonable, I think, and it feels pretty official. It's not any worse, I would say, than as long as you have a good internet connection, it's not any worse than streaming directly from your console. So this is a pretty versatile device that you can use, obviously not just for even streaming games. If you play mobile games, I mean, this is a no-brainer. You probably already have considered buying one of these guys. And if you actually want to go even cheaper than a device like this, they make an adapter you put on your controller, like a PS4 controller, Xbox controller, whatever, and then it attaches to your phone, and you basically have a portable device like that too. That works okay. So there's a lot of solutions. If you have a phone, you don't mind the inconvenience of you get a text, you got to get out of your thing you're playing and text someone back, go back to your game, you might have lost connection. There's some things that aren't so fun about streaming to a phone, but for the most part, if you can kind of get over it, you could save quite a bit of money if that's sort of what you were looking to do with the PlayStation Portal. But Jacob actually did a full video on the Backbone about a year ago, so you can go check that out if you want more info on this thing specifically. Moving on though, the next price up would obviously be the PlayStation Portal itself. For $199, I think it's actually a bit of an underrated device. I think people have been clowning on it a little much because I think there is sort of a silent group of people who would be really into this device. Your wife's on the TV, you got one TV in the living room, you want to play PlayStation, she wants to watch Netflix, you don't want to play an intensive game, you're just playing through some adventure game or something, or puzzle game, and you're I don't really care about having the TV. Well, there you go, you pull out your PlayStation Portal, you can play it, it's going to be good enough for what you need, and she can watch Netflix, and it's great, everyone's happy. I think there's a lot of people that makes a lot of sense for. However, I think there's also going to be a lot of you out there who are like me, and we're pretty disappointed that the PlayStation Portal is not actually the new PlayStation Portable. So now they have two PSP, whatever, or a Vita. It's not an actual standalone device that can play PlayStation games. I think that's I don't know, it just doesn't feel right to me. It doesn't feel like a true portable PlayStation device. And that's where I have a third solution for you, and that's going to be to just buy a Steam Deck. Now, you might be thinking that's not really a PlayStation device. Well, you'd be kind of right, but I think you'd also be wrong because, first of all, Sony has been actually putting some of their games on Steam. Spider-Man, God of War, Days Gone, Horizon, not Forbidden West yet, Zero Dawn, that's the first one. You can play all these games on your Steam Deck. You can play them on PC as well, but most of them run pretty okay. Maybe except for like The Last of Us Part 1, but for the most part, there's a lot of AAA PlayStation exclusives that you can play natively on a Steam Deck. Now there's problems. You know, the Steam Deck is like minimum $400. That's over twice as much as a PlayStation Portal. But it can do so much more than a PlayStation Portal. It's a Steam Deck, it's a PC. You've heard it all. If you know anything about the PC gaming scene, you've heard of what the Steam Deck can do, the amazing things it can accomplish, or maybe the reasons that you wouldn't personally be into one. Maybe you're not a PC gamer, you just play consoles. I mean, this is Smokin Silicon. We do PC stuff here, though, so you guys know what's up. You guys know how cool the Steam Deck is. Let you know a little secret. Jacob, he has a Steam Deck, hasn't played it in 3 years. He's only had it for 1 year, doesn't matter. He hates it. He hates it. He hates the thumbsticks. I don't understand him. I hate him. That's a lie. Don't fire me yet. But I am the one true savior of Smokin Silicon because I love the Steam Deck. I use it like at least multiple times a week as my primary gaming device. But you might be thinking like, okay, that sounds great. You can play your Steam games or whatever, but like that's not really the same thing as a PlayStation Portal. What if I want to play a game that's only on PS5? What are you going to do then? Well, that's where this app here comes in. It's called Chiaki, and it allows you to stream your PS5 to your Steam Deck, just like what you could do with a PlayStation Portal. It might not be as good as a PlayStation Portal, let's be clear. This is a like open source app. It's a fan-run app, essentially. It's not gonna be an OEM experience like the PlayStation Portal is, but it still should be pretty solid, and in my experience, it works great. There's sometimes some connection issues, right? Sometimes it doesn't wake the PS5 up. It's in rest mode right now. Let's try it out. Let's launch Chiaki and see what it does. Okay, it sees the PS5 immediately because we're on the same Wi-Fi network. Getting that to be synced up and organized and whatever can be a pain. I'm not saying that any of this is going to be easy. It's more that it's doable, and once you get it going, it's pretty simple, right? That's the thing about the Steam Deck in general. You got some setup, you got some hoops to jump through, but once you get it down, it's awesome. I open this app, I double click this thing. It should hopefully turn on the PS5. It takes a second. It's not as fast as even the phone thing, but let's see what it does. Okay, PS5's on, and see it's not even connecting. See, this is what I mean. I use this thing every day for like the last week to play Spider-Man, and it never gives me any issues. But the moment I want to show it off on a video, it wants to give me crap. Welcome to Steam Deck, everyone. Oh, I think I got it. I think it's going. And there it is. Okay. So once you get through some headaches, it really does work very well. It's just, yeah, that connection process. It's not OEM, it's not a PlayStation to a PlayStation device like the PS Portal is probably going to be. This does take, again, some configuration, but that configuration is sort of like, it's, again, just a Steam Deck thing, right? You have your back buttons, you got your gyro, your trackpads, all of these can be incorporated in many different ways, just like any other app you'd use for the Steam Deck. You could do basically whatever you want. For me, I have like my home button on my touchpad right here. It works really well. You just gotta have to get used to it and learn how to configure it. So on one hand, I want to be like, if you're interested in the PlayStation Portal and you have a bit of extra money to drop and you want something that can actually like play games on the device itself so you can, play things portably, yeah, definitely get a Steam Deck. But on the other hand, I think it's a different market. I think it's a different group of people. You got to be more of the group of people like in the camp I said earlier, where it's like you're looking for a new PSP, you're looking for a new PlayStation Vita. If you are a big PSP or Vita fan, I cannot see any reality where you would dislike the Steam Deck. It's pretty much just a big one of those. It's really phenomenal. Let me boot up a game and I'll kind of show you the same experience as the phone. It works great. All right, so I have a game booted up here. I'm just playing the Talos Principle 2 because it's nice and bright and you can see it all, and it is working pretty much just as well as the phone app. You saw a little visual glitch there. I've been getting that recently. I don't know what that is. I don't know if that's the PlayStation. I don't know if that's the Steam Deck. I saw it once or twice even on the mobile app, so hopefully they're patching that out for the PlayStation Portal as well. But it's really just the same story. It works really well. Input delay is just not an issue. There's that visual issue again. And it's great. I play games like this all the time on my Steam Deck when it's not freaking out. What is that? I don't know. See, I make a video trying to show this off, and this is the things I get. But you kind of get the same story. It can stream games, and really, like, the thing that I love about playing, like, my PlayStation games on the Steam Deck in this way is you get the customizability of the Steam Deck. You can use gyro controls, you can use the back buttons like I showed you. You can use all these features that the Steam Deck has in its controller support that you're not going to get on a PS5. Even with, like, something like the DualSense Edge, you're not going to get that. that level of customizability you can get on something like a Steam Deck, turning off dead zones and all these things you can do. And of course, as we mentioned, you could actually play video games on the device offline, you know, portably. If you're on a plane or whatever, you ain't taking the PS Portal with you anywhere. That's the big thing that I don't think it's going to be, it's going to stop it from being a massive success. It's just going to be kind of a niche item if it's something that fits your lifestyle very well. Either way, I hope you enjoyed this fun little video. I'm going to keep using my Steam Deck and be a PS Portal hater for absolutely no reason at all. I'm just completely obsessed with the Steam Deck, so I'm just going to support it blindly. Don't care about your opinions. Don't fight me in the comments. I will scream a little. Thanks for watching this video. Please like, comment, subscribe to Smokin Silicon. We're still growing the community. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.